Hello everyone, welcome back to our Laravel tutorial series. In our previous phase, we have added authentication. Now the system knows who the user is, but there is still a critical problem. Any logged in user can edit or delete any post, so that is a serious security issue. In this phase, we fix that using authorization. So our today's discussion will be authorization and access control. When we say authorization, that means adding a protection mechanism to your platform. We use policies, so implementing robust access control to secure user authentication and root protection. So Laravel middleware and out directive provides elegant syntax for controlling access. This will include root level protection with middleware, blade directive for view control, policy based authorization, and role based access control. When we say out directive, conditional content rendering in blade template based on a user authentication status, while a root protection is middleware guards ensure only authenticated user can access specific endpoints. Then access policy, that means granular control over who can view, edit, or delete a block. Access policy, when we say access policy, it's a granular control over who can view, edit, or delete block contents. So in general, authorization and access control used to maintain a cyber security in our platform, specifically CIA traits, that means confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So that when we say confidentiality, any blog that's posted here belongs to the owner or to person who posts that blogs. So when we say integrity, the data will retain same value as the owner posted, so no one can modify unless he do it. So when we say availability, so the blog will be available for editing only for the intended entity or for the intended user. So so we need to fulfill those criteria. So now let us do this uh, at code level. Now let us go to do this at code level. So as I've already mentioned, in our previous page we added authentication. The system exactly knows who the user is, but there is a problem that we have listed, that is any logged in user can edit or delete any post. That's a serious security issue. So in this phase we are going to fix this using authorization. So authentication answers who are you, while authorization answers what are you allowed to do. Even if even if the user is logged in, they should not have full control over everything. So we must enforce rules. So in our today's session, we do two very important layers of security. So we are going to implement security into two layers. First, front end, we are going to hide buttons from the an authorized user. That means we hide buttons like edit and delete button for those who are not authorized. Next, as a backend, we enforce rules. So even if someone bypasses the UI, the backend must still block an authorized action. So this is how real applications are secured. So step one, let us create a policy. So now let's create a policy. To create a policy, let's do it together. PHP artisan make policy and post policy. PHP artisan make policy post policy and model, which is equivalent post. So let's enter it. See, we have created it successfully. We can get it in the directory app policies and post policy dot php policy, then post policy. So this creates so this creates a policy class. As I've already mentioned, its location is app policy post policy.php. A policy is where we define access rules for a model. So think of it as it is a security layer specifically for post. So our next objection will be, as you can see in post policy, there are a lot of policies by default, which says determine whether the user can view model, can edit, can update. So a lot of default exemplary rules are here. Now let's update it to fit to our model. So now let's remove this and create our own policy. So we are going to write it under class post policy. We have already a class post policy. Let's create a function. So here let's create or let's make only owner can update. So public function update user, separated by comma and post. So we are going to return user ID is must be equivalent or same as the post of the user ID. That means when you say dollar user is currently logged in user, and so dollar post represents the post is being processed. So when we say return user ID, post user ID, this compares logged in user ID versus post owner ID. So if they match, they will allow. If not, they will deny. Now let's create a policy for only owner can delete our application. Let's say it's only owner can delete. So public function delete user dollar user post and dollar post. Same here. It returns if the user ID and post user ID is match. We're gonna say return a user ID when post is match the user ID. Return user ID post user ID. So now we have updated our post policy.php. So in general, this is called an ownership check. User can only modify their own data. So this is one of the most important rules in a secure system. So now we have completed updating our policy. So next we are going to update authentication policy, which is a register policy. We are going to update the register policy. So app service provider. So now we need to fix a register policy. So now we are going to check on app service provider and app service provider. So we are going to add some saved things. So let's add use app models post. We need to add this at the top of our class, and then use app policies uh, post policy. And next we need to save use illuminate support facet and get. Our main thing needs to be saved here is get, because we will use it as a void or as a boot function. So now under public function boot, let's add something. Let's say uh, get policy get and policy, then post class comma a post policy class. This creates a policy class. So those created policy will be used when working with post. So without this, Laravel doesn't know where to check the permission. So now we make the class to work together with post. So our next step will be updating our methods in post controller classes. So this is our main task to do. In post controller, we need to update various functions. So our next job will be updating post controller. So first of all, we will update the edit function. Let's authorize it. So we are going to say this authorized update authorize update the current post where the user ID is matched, and return view post edit compact post as fine. Let's edit public function update. So we are going to add something here. This authorize, likewise the edit one, let's add this authorize. Let's copy it. We are going to change only the mechanism, so copy it here. So here, this authorize update post, but let's change the destroy theme like this, but we need to change the update part into delete. So public function destroy, let's paste it here, but let's change the update to delete. So when we say this authorize update post, this checks the policy before executing any action. So if the user is not allowed, Laravel automatically blocks the request and returns 403 error. So this is a backend enforcement. So this is a real security layer. Even if someone manually changes the URL, they cannot bypass this because this protects the data at server level. So the thing we need to understand from this is to never rely only on front-end security. Always we need to enforce rules in the backend. So this is how a real world application prevents attacks. As you can see from this, anyone can edit or can see uh, those buttons like create, view, edit, delete. So we are going to make only authorized user can see those buttons and those creating a new post things. So only authorized user can use those buttons, view, edit, and delete a button. For view, anyone can see the blog, but we are more on CRUD operation. So only authorized user can create, read, update, and delete those posts. So now let's use front-end security mechanism, which is hiding buttons from those unauthorized user. So now let's update our view. So to do this, we are going to update our index blade uh, dot php and also edit blades and also show blade only showed to the authorized user. So now we are going to allow access to those authorized user and we are going to deny access because we are going to confirm our security. So now let's do it. But before doing those things, first of all, let's create a two user. Those are John and Tom, and let's give some two posts each. Then we will operate authorization mechanism because posts that are created by Tom will not be edited or deleted by John, and the reverse post created by John will not be edited or deleted by Tom. So now we are going to check and also we are going to implement our authorization mechanisms. So now first of all uh, let's create a user and let's clear our database. We are going to say, let's say php artisan migrate fresh. Now it's done. And let's see php artisan migrate fresh and seed. Let's add seed. So it's seeding our database. Now when we can check our site, there's nothing. Let's reload it. See, no post, no user in the database. So now let's start from 0. Let's register a user. We are going to create John and john@gmail.com. Let's create password. Let's confirm it. Register. Update. Now see, we have created a one user, which is John. Let's create Tom. Okay, Tom at Gmail. Okay, let's register Tom. So let's save it. Now let's log out and log in as. Let's log in as John. Log in. So now we are going to create a new post as a John. So the user is displayed here as a John. Let's create a new post. Let's copy it from this AI-powered cybersecurity tools. This is our title. And let's copy our content. And let's publish it. See, it's published. AI-powered cybersecurity AI cybersecurity tools to see rapid adoption. You know what? Here we need to see those buttons like edit and delete, because it is my post. Since John created this, John should see those edit and delete buttons here, but does not display it here. So that means there is some problem. Let's solve it. So let's go to our code and check it if there is some problem. The thing is that we need to include a user ID in each of those things. The user ID must be provided there. So let's check whether or not user ID is there for our post. Now let's check it. So we get user ID is in post create. There is a user ID. That's fine. So what is the problem? Let's let's check it now. We are going to check it using terminal. Let's say PHP artisan tinker. Let's run PHP artisan tinker. So now let's type, yeah, let's type app app models post all. Here we need to see whether the displayed JSON file is either it's null or not. If it's null, there is a problem. We need to solve all. What? Okay. We made some syntax error. Let's change those lines. Let's change it. Now let's enter. See, the user ID here is null for those for the post I posted. See, the title is AI powered cybersecurity tools and content there, but the user ID must not be null. So the problem is this. So we need to fix this. Now let's go to our models. We have a post model. So post.php. We need to have a user ID, but the user ID is already placed here. It's fine. Now let's add some comma here. User ID. Now in the future, when we create image, we need to add image here. Now let's do it again. Let's refresh our database. Let's optimize PHP Artisan Optimizer, and let's clear it. And let's refresh our database. Actually, this will clear our database, so we need to add a user again. Okay, we need to add new user. So when you reload it, we didn't get anything because we have cleared it. Let's create a new user again. Okay, let's create a new user. See, when I say login, this credential does not match. So because we've cleared our records, so let's back it and register the user. Let's say Tom the Great, Tom at gmail.com. Let's type our password and then register. Okay, let's type password correctly. I need to copy. Type let's type it. So let's register. Yes, Tom is registered. Now let's create for John quickly. Let's log out and create for John quickly because we need to implement our authorization using 2 users at least. Okay, let's say john at gmail.com. Let's type password. Again, type password. Let's register it. Now let's create a post for John. Let's log out and log in to check whether it's working or not working. John, and let's log in. Let's create quickly new post. Let's copy those contents. Now let's copy those titles. Power cybersecurity tools. Let's publish it. Now we should see now we have got the edit and delete button. So now it's working. So let's create another post for John. Cloud spending on premium infrastructure for first time. Let's copy the content. Yes. Let's publish it. So now we are done with John. John have two posts. Let's edit it. The edit button should work. If there is a problem, we need to fix it first before finalizing our authorization. Okay, there is some mistake called to undefined method. What is the method? Okay, authorize the method. Okay, let's add authorize method. So we need to add authorize method. So let's do it. So we are going to type use under class. We need to update this. Use authorize. Use authorize requests. So now let's save this and check it. Everything is fine. Let's check it. Okay, now another tail up. Okay, now also we forget something. We don't we didn't use those authorized request methods, so let's add on the top of it. Let's say use eliminate foundation out access authorize requests. Let's add this. So now it will definitely work. So now let's click on edit. See, the edit is working. Let's add John in front of our title, John. Let's update it. See, John is added. So our update is working. Let's add John here too. John. Let's update it. Well done. Now let's log out and create other two posts for Tom. See, for public user, the button is only the view button. For unsigned, see, view button only. There is no edits or something button. So our front-end protection is working. Now let's log in as Tom. So now let's create a new post as Tom. You know what? Tom only can view John's post since there is no edit and delete button for Tom's on the John post on the John's post, and the reverse will be true. Let's create for Tom to zero trust architecture become regulatory requirement in finance sector. Let's paste it and publish. See, Tom for his own posts they can edit and delete. So the button shows up for its own posts. Let's add additional post for Tom. Let's publish it. See, our main topic in today's session is that only authorized user can update and delete its own posts. Let's add Tom to each of it. Tom. So in front of Tom post there is Tom. In front of John post there is John. So Tom only edits its own and Tom only edits its own posts and John also edits its own posts. The button will not be active for uh, Tom or John unless they are the user. See, the delete button is also working. Now we are going to check either it's working or not working. Let's log out and sign in as John. For public users, there is only a view button. There will not be edit and delete button because this is our main goal. See, there is only view button. Now let's log in as John and let's check let's check it whether it's can edit or not the Tom's post. Let's log in as John. See, John only can edit and delete his own posts, so the Tom post will be unavailable to John. So it's perfectly working. Both our front-end protection and back-end policy protection is successfully implemented. So front-end hides action while back-end enforce rules. So together they create a secure system. Now your application has user-based access control, secure backend validation, clean UI behavior, and proper data isolation. So this is a production level security design. So now your app is secure. Next, we improve how it looks and feels. We need to add image uploads and visual enhancements. So this is where your app becomes visually impressive. So security is enforced in the backend and also in the front end. So this is all about today's discussion. Thank you very much. On the next session, we will see how to upload images. Till then, bye bye.